Most of us have been personally affected by disease, whether we have contracted the flu, MRSA, or even athlete's foot. Other of us have had a family member or a friend contract diseases as well, such as cancer, Alzheimer's, or even ADHD. But what if I was to tell you that there is a disease on the rise in the United States that is completely preventable? That disease is childhood obesity. Childhood obesity has become one of the most serious health challenges in the United States in the 21st century. 1 in 3 children are either overweight or obese, but many children and their parents haven't been properly educated on the causes of childhood obesity, and their efforts to prevent their children from gaining too much weight aren't working. First, I will discuss obesity. Next, I will discuss where children and their parents may go wrong in their efforts to prevent their children from gaining too much weight. And finally, I will discuss possible solutions to childhood obesity. So what is obesity? According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, obesity is a condition characterized by excessive accumulation of storage of fat in the body. The causes of obesity include genetic factors such as genetics, cultures, and diverse behaviors of individuals. Childhood obesity is linked to at least one of the following: poor eating habits, overeating, lack of physical activity, or a family history of obesity. According to the American Academy of Children and Adolescent Psychiatry, if one parent is obese, the child has a 50% chance of obesity. But if both parents are obese, the child has an 80% chance of being obese himself. Stressful events in a child's life, such as the divorce of his or her parents, may cause a child to cope by overeating and indulging in foods and becoming inactive, which causes a child to gain weight. Therefore, the child may either be natured or nurtured into obesity. More often than ever, though, obesity is a result of a flawed lifestyle. Although genetics can be a factor, it is more common now for children to be obese or overweight because of environmental and behavioral factors. The health concerns following obesity are frightening, and many of these medical conditions associated with obesity were once unheard of in children. An overweight child may develop diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, have trouble sleeping or breathing, or contract joint pain. According to Blank Children's Hospital, which is located in Iowa, 70% of obese children already have at least one factor for heart disease. 52% of overweight or obese children will develop asthma, and half of these children have type 2 diabetes, which is related to obesity. The obesity rate has nearly tripled since the 1960s. This is a scary statistic and is a major problem in America. Not only are kids becoming more unhealthy, they're growing up to be unhealthy adults. Children's obesity could reduce their life expectancy by 5 years, which means that they will live a shorter lifestyle than their parents. So where do parents go wrong with their child who may be obese? During these same 30 years, America has seen a rise in the amount of calories kids are consuming in the form of fast food. Food from convenience stores and many other snacks children eat are becoming very unhealthy. According to the Alliance for Healthier Generation, preparing healthier after-school snacks and meals will ultimately make the difference in your child's weight. Many parents assume that feeding the children fat-free, low-fat, or reduced-calorie options are okay, but sugar is the main culprit for weight gain. Pediatric doctor Robert Lustig states that there are 600,000 food items in America, and 80% of those food items have added sugar. Scientific research has proved that the brain reacts the same way to sugar as it does to inducing certain drugs such as heroin. Therefore, the brain can become addicted to sugar. A popular item parents unfortunately give their children is soda. One soda a day can cause a child to increase their intake of sugar by 60%. It would take a child who weighs 110 pounds, 75 minutes of bike riding to burn off those calories consumed in a 20-ounce bottle of soda. More parents are also opting for fast food meals to give their families. Parents often stop through drive-thrus for a quick dinner instead of going to the grocery store to prepare a nice healthy meal. Aside from poor eating habits, children are not getting enough physical activity. A typical child spends approximately 4 to 5 hours on the TV, on the computer, or playing video games after school each day. The American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry states that the time a child has graduated high school, he will have spent more time watching TV and on electronics than he has in the classroom itself. Although physical activity in schools can help the child get moving, more and more schools are eliminating PE programs or cutting down on the time spent in fitness buildings. One study showed that gym classes offered third graders 25 minutes of vigorous activity a day. Current guidelines by kidshealth.org recommend that kids over 2 years old get at least 60 minutes of physical activity each and every day. Therefore, what are the possible solutions of childhood obesity? Children should not only be better educated in making good food decisions, but children should also have the available resources to make a healthy lifestyle. Children should be involved when shopping and preparing foods and fruits and vegetables, and parents should be good role models for the children to eat those foods as well. Kids are more likely to try new fruits or vegetables that they choose or that they help prepare with their parents. At a store, children get to try out these new things, and they get a sense of how to be an adult when they go shopping with their parents for these groceries. In the kitchen, they will get a chance to see how the same produce is prepared, mixed in with their meals, and how it tastes. If they decide that they do not like it, there is also new fruits and vegetables for them to try and a different way for them to prepare them. Children should also be encouraged to participate in extracurricular activities that promote and include physical activity, such as riding bikes or walking together. Unfortunately, the children of the 21st century are the first generation of children expected to live shorter lives than their parents. The facts and statistics about obesity in America are alarming, but without proper education and resources to make eating healthy and staying physically active, we know what cures childhood obesity. Do you think Americans will come together to fix this epidemic of obesity?
Why is this important to you?
Preventing childhood obesity is important to me because when I was a child, I was one of the children who struggled with my weight, and I know that my parents could have made better lifestyle choices for both of us, and I have struggled with eating habits ever since I was a child. And now that I'm a parent and have a child of my own, I want my child to eat healthy foods and be active, and because this will fall into his lifehood as well.